Hey YouTube, I'm back again. I just put the last coat of chassis saver on the repaired area of this frame. If you look real closely, you can still see it dripping. That's the downfall to putting it on with the brush. You know, this stuff levels out really well, so it's not like you see a bunch of brush strokes in it. I mean, you do see the crap that was left on the frame still, you know. Like I said, you know, if this was something I was restoring, the repaired area, and before I cleaned the, you know, before I went and put the chassis saver on, I would have done a lot better as far as cleaning up the frame and prepping it. But it's good for what's going on. It's good, and what it's being used for. This is great. Like I said, the product levels out really well. It takes a lot longer to paint it on with the brush, but you also get in some of these nooks and crannies a little bit better, and it definitely goes on a lot thicker. When spraying this, I noticed that when you allow it to build up a bit, when it dries, it ends out, you know, forming bubbles in it. We'll see if it does that with the brushed on finish. If I see any of that, I'll do a follow-up and give you my suggestions. But if not, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, we're not going to see another video here. So that's this side. I'm not going to bother showing you the other side, and the reason being is that, you know, there's no light over there. I've got the lights over here, and you're not going to be able to see it anyway. So everything's painted up. I did a couple of samples over here that I'm going to leave these things outside for the long term and see how well this holds up. I know it's not UV stable, so that's kind of one of my questions, is how much sun can it take, how much UV can it take before it starts to chalk up or fade or do whatever it's going to do. So this is a bit of an experiment. I spilled some of it on my welding table just to show you. I just ran the brush across this, okay, and you can see it leveled really well. There's crap on the table, so that's where the bumps you're seeing are from. But if that was completely cleaned, you know, we would have had a pretty good level surface. I mean, hell, I'm not sure if you can see it in here, but you probably can read some of the words on the reducer can, which means it's got a fairly good mirror-like finish. So anyways, what I'm going to do with this, instead of cleaning it up, what I decided I was going to do is I'll probably put one more coat on top of this and let it fully dry. Let it dry for like a week or so, and then I'm going to do a durability test on it, and I'm going to beat this thing with a hammer. But I want to do a few coats on here just to thicken it up a bit and see how well it handles getting smacked around with a hammer and shit dropped on it and whatever else. So if you're curious about that stuff, we'll do a long-term follow-up with chassis saver here in the near future. This part will be done probably by where are we at? We're April, I don't know, 14th, Sunday, something like that. So expect to follow up by the end of next weekend. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Subscribe, comment, like. I'm not going to bother showing you the fuel tank after it's installed with the wheels back on. That has nothing to do with the repair. So subscribe, comment, like. Go down to the description. Take a look at the links. First one is to Alvarez Metalworks. That's my Facebook page. Please go like it. That would be awesome of you. Check out what I got on there. Then we'll have a link in there for magnet paints for chassis saver. Let me show you. Chassis saver, and Magnet Paints also sells Monster liner, not Monster, Monster. Monster Liner. You can also go to monsterliner.com if you're interested in that. It's a roll-on bed liner. You could also spray it on. It's UV stable and can be used all over your whole car if you really wanted to. There's a lot of customers of them that are actually spraying their whole cars with it, Jeeps and whatnot. So anyways, go check out their products. Good stuff. I'm happy with it. Everything that I wanted it to be. Like I said, it levels really, really well, painted on with a brush. I think when I use it for my own stuff though, for some like good quality, I think I'll be spraying it. For no other reason other than, you know, you get overspray mess, but you're not getting drip mess like what's going on underneath the truck. It just goes on a lot more even. The only downfall to that I'll say is that, you know, you're going to have to put more coats, because I can already tell you, you know, just from brushing the few coats, and I actually only did 2 coats on both sides. Just from brushing it on there, I can tell you for certain that it's on there thicker than it was when I sprayed it. You know, that's the only downfall. When you spray it, you're going to have to, you know, do more than you're gonna have to spray more to get the same thickness. So outside of that though, I'm happy. I think spraying it creates a better finish, in my opinion. You know, not that this is bad. Like I said, it levels really, really well. I just think it's cleaner, more fluid, and it'll create a better finish. So when I'm like with, you know, my Tale of Two Sisters projects that I've got going on with my Nissan Pathfinders, when I do both of those, because I'm gonna put chassis saver all over the 91's frame and whatnot, but when I do that, I'm probably gonna spray it. There's a chance I might not on that one, but definitely on the 95, because it's going to be turned into a rock buggy, and I'm going to put it all over the roll cage and everything. Definitely going to spray it. All the suspension pieces, stuff like that, it's all going to be sprayed. I want it to look good, you know. I don't want it to. It's a representative, you know. These 2 vehicles are going to represent my company, so I want the finish to be really good. So anyways, subscribe, comment, like, check out the links below. There's also going to be a link to my Everlast Power I-MIG 200 welder and my Everlast PowerPlasma 50 welder. If you guys are interested in those are the 2 machines that I used on this project. There'll be links for each one of those. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, if you're interested in spraying, check out my other videos. I've got the LVLP, not HVLP, low volume, low pressure, not high volume, low pressure. They're low volume, low pressure spray guns made by California Air Tools. It's a kit. You get the siphon feed and then you get the gravity feed. My gravity feed dropped up in that towel. Trying to keep the dust off of it. But if you're interested in that, I'll put a link down there as well. I have the unboxing. That's what I used to spray this stuff. Worked really well. I used a 4.6 gallon compressor, believe it or not, made by the same company, California Air Tools. It's a silent compressor. It worked well. If you're interested in spraying and you don't have a big 60-gallon shop compressor or an 80-gallon shop compressor that would typically be required, with high specs to spray something like this, I'll put those links down below as well. Check that stuff out, man. That'll allow you to spray this and get started in painting in general on a much lower budget than would be normally expected because of you're able to use a smaller compressor and whatnot. So, all right, talk to you guys later.